Hey, what it do, what it do? This is the Pocho Live Show. This is the Trapcast. You are in the vibe. We are here with my brother Marvelous, tattoos coming out of East Los Angeles, Beto LA interview. We about to get it. What's up, my boy?
What's up, homie?
It's another day in paradise, man. Thank you for fucking with me on all
Uh,
this Instagram, my
nah.
backup. Look at this.
Yeah, you got the
It's
whole
good.
setup though.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. So let's just jump into it, my boy. Just like I always say with everybody, who are you, where are you from, and what do you do?
All right, my name is Daniel Ayala, known as Marvelous. I'm a tattoo artist. You can find me on IG under Marvelous Inc. Underscore tattoos. Um, yeah, and I'm out of East Los Angeles, born and raised, homeboy.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Mexica and Maribel. I don't even know how you hollered at us before we even went live, but gracias. And thank you, Brenda Love. Saludos to both of you. Thank you, thank you. So let's start from the beginning. Um, Tell us a little bit about your childhood, how you grew up, and whatever you'd like to share of kind of the unique way both of us kind of grew up.
Um,
Shout out to
all
Mega
right,
Man.
well, born and raised huh? My bad.
Oh, I just
Born and raised
showing love to Mega Man.
all right, what's up, Mega Man? And Brenda and Duke. I can't see the chat, so I don't know who's saying anything. But yeah, I'm born and raised in East Los Angeles. Um, I become a tattoo artist. I grew up with as a lot of our people, with our parents being incarcerated. My grandpa raised me. My mom and dad were both in and out of prison. Both um were into dope, back in the days, and they both passed on now. But
Mm,
yeah,
rest in peace.
just right here in East Los Angeles, only growing up in the barrio and just that barrio life. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say.
No,
Gotta ask me
did
something.
you yeah, no, did you yeah, no, I'm just waiting for that feedback because of the live shit. Did you did you know from an early age that your neighborhood was a little different than other neighborhoods, or were you not going into when you I'm talking about when you're little, like between like 7 and 12 maybe, or maybe 7 and 10, 11. I mean, I mean pre-teen years. Did
On
you know that you lived in
no,
a
yeah,
kind of a
yeah, bro. Most definitely. My grandpa always schooled me about my neighborhood or about our barrio. How we were an actual barrio. The name Maravilla or it wasn't essentially a gang per se, like the county likes to label us or whatever. We're actually a righteous barrio, a landmass that was named Maravilla, which is also known as East Los Angeles. So it was a town, when the borders were still open between Mexico and the United States, a town called Maravilla. We have
Mhm.
our own stop, like a bus station stop called Maravilla, or the train station stop called Maravilla. Um, yeah, so yeah, I knew early on. I mean, I got into my neighborhood at a young age. In '92, I was fairly young, a little boy. I didn't really have the common sense of everything politically, but I did know that, or I was put on, to glitch out with my dad and his homies on what we were going against. And I'm sure or anybody that knows about my neighborhood, what was going on in the '90s with us and a certain faction or a group of people. But yeah, it was really something that I wasn't mentally or physically prepared for, but it was something that I had to make sure um how to prepare myself for, because it was do or die, homie. Homies were dying left and right or getting life sentences, and we were just against the grain to the fullest. We were going against every neighborhood in and surrounding areas that were, and it was an everyday thing. It wasn't like, timeout, or you could call timeout, or it's on site when they see you or we see them. There's no questions, there's no talking, and
Green
that's
light
it,
for real.
bro. Yeah, it was real, bro.
And kind of how do you feel you reacted to that, bro? Was it easy to just say, kind of, for us up north, we had this idea of the big bad South, they're coming to upstate. That we didn't never said upstate. This is a new word, but they're coming up, invading our northern lands. It's like
Right.
it's just kind of crazy. But how did you react? For us, we rebelled. It was easy for us to kind of like, because with all the anger in our hearts and frustration about being poor and being embarrassed, and it's so easy to grab onto that kind of hate and then feel like you're fighting for a cause that is bigger than you. And it is bigger than you in a sense, if you think about it, but
Yeah.
it might not necessarily be the best for you. So when you, because sometimes I always wonder, like, are there any kids that grew up especially in the area that you grew up in? And I know there's a lot of kids that decided not to join the neighborhood, but it's like, what is it? I think it has sometimes family, but that you reacted to go forward instead of say, you know what, I'm gonna like square up or something. Do you feel you even had a chance to make that decision, or was the decision already made for you?
That's a good question, bro. When I think about it now, I never thought about it like that. But I don't think that I don't think that I had a chance in a way, like to say anything because my barrio or my family, it's a generational thing. My
Yeah.
grandpa was born in 1918. He's from the barrio. My dad born in 1940. He's from the neighborhood. And just growing up as a little mijo, um, hearing all these stories, or my grandpa sitting me down and talking to me about certain things, or my dad whenever he'd be out of prison, he'll be talking to me about the neighborhood, and it was just like it was kind of preparing me. It was school, bro. That's what it was. It was school. We called it Glesha or whatever, and I was already like being accepted into the barrio where you're just being groomed and prepared, bro. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna get shot at, or you're gonna shoot people, and there's people trying to kill you, and it's like you're not thinking for what. You're just thinking that it's a family thing. This is what we got to do to survive. You don't ask no questions. It's just you go full force. And for the ones that didn't join in, and these street games or whatever people want to call them, they got eaten up, bro. They died. They're not here. They're not here no more. Or they moved away. They got away from the area. But for the ones that I know that didn't participate, or they wanted to dress the part or whatever, they got smoked. I mean, they're not here no more. They wanted to fake the funk, or they wanted to try to play both sides, or they just weren't prepared physically or mentally, or they didn't get the flex shot at home that they were supposed to, or they should have gotten, homie, or they just didn't pay attention, bro, and they got eaten up. There's a lot of young dudes that were either claimers, or they were trying to be tag bangers at that time, or they just didn't know the history of the barrio, or they didn't know, what they were supposed to do in certain circumstances, bro. But back then it was shoot first and ask questions later, homie. Because if you don't, you're gonna get smoked, bro. And you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that one. You know what I mean? You don't want to be another sweater. You don't want to be another car wash. So you better get on the ball. And it seemed to me that maybe my dad should have had better conversations with me, but I guess the kind of way that he prepared me, the conversations that we had, is maybe the reason why I'm still here, bro. Strategy. I learned to strategize myself, even to this day, homie. Like, when I'm in line at a drive-through at Jack in the Box or whatever, you pay attention to the car that's in back of you. You pay attention to the car
Hell
that's in front of
yeah.
you.
And
You know,
anybody that's
you,
walking by too, that should be fucking.
you're in a
I'll be having my
restaurant.
door
Yeah, you're
unlocked.
in a restaurant. You don't sit with the back of your head to the window. You sit in the corner somewhere where you get a full view of everybody. You know what I mean? You look where the cameras are at. All that.
It's crazy, bro. It's so funny you say that, I love the time I grew up because in the 90s, bro, if you joined an actual gang in the 90s, across the board, I would say in California, you had to earn that. You didn't just get in, and we couldn't create crews like they have now. Like and in a way, I kind of understand that they don't want to be part of the politics and this and that, so they create their own little
Yeah,
crews. But the only problem with that is there's no guidance, and so they're just kind of like a bunch of suicidal kids. There's no big homies, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
and and so but in the 90s, and we were talking about this earlier. This is kind of what I want to talk about too. Is that like if you said something, you had to stand by that. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
now. you can say something, change your profile, and it doesn't matter. But like if you said anything out crazy, outlandish, especially on some like weirdo shit, like that shit would stay with you, you know? So like what chance do we our young people have right now? Like I don't even know how our young people could attain some of the culture that we're learning right now, me and you. Where I feel like how do they even find it almost? It's so hard to I guess when they're walking by to go to eat food at Placita, but who fucking goes to Placita that lives there? That's mostly tourist shit, or you're going there for like a, you know, some kind of event or some shit. But like, how do we get this next generation not to keep? Because looking every time we look, there's contradictions everywhere we go. I'm from up north. Oh, I'm going to fight these people from down south. There's a contradiction right there because they're just like me. If you switch the shirts, you wouldn't know. With no disrespect to Maravilla, but look, they're so powerful. They're great, but then they fight with each other so much too, and then they unite together against them. But and no disrespect to them, but there's so much little contradictions in our lifestyle, that it's like, how can we not see that it's not right? And I always tell the homies, you don't got to stop being from where you're from, bro. You don't got to drop out. You don't got to do anything. Just redirect your energy. Just move that, shift that fucker. I mean, we were talking, and I'm kind of all over the place because I want to get to this idea of what you were talking about prophecy, and I didn't want to get that out on IG. I wanted to see if you could. I want to jump into that because we could stay with the gang thing for a long time. W- Talk to me about prophecy. Talk to me about what you feel that's been given to you that you need to walk, like your walk, your journey. Talk to us about that.
So part of prophecy is the Great Awakening, bro, the sleeping giant, which I'm sure a lot of people know about, but or maybe they don't know about. My bad, but us as a nation of people, we we feel like we could put each other down in every way, shape, or form. And if we build each other up, if I say, we're some of the smartest people in the world, people, there'll be a great debate about that. But, we were the only ones that knew geometry, or not the only ones, but we knew secret geometry to read the stars off of the cenotes. That's a big thing where other nations did not know none of that, bro. You know, we used and written down prophecy through our dream visions, and a lot of that we lost our way, bro, with that. A lot of big things, like, and say you have a family, bro, you have a child, right? You would get your child in the morning, homie, and you would call. You have a daughter, right? You would get your
Yeah.
daughter and you call, come here, Miha. Tell me your dreams, what your dreams were. Tell me what your dreams were about, and we'd write those dreams down, bro. And you would take them to the high priest if they sort of meant something, or you had a feeling that they were, or they came from Creator, or whatever. You would take it, and the high priest would tell you what it more or less was, or what was gonna, if it was urgent enough to take, that it was going to be something really big, then it meant something, you know. But we don't talk to our kids about their dreams, bro. We don't even realize that our dreams are a powerful thing. They mean something, they mean something to this day, bro. There's certain things that you're getting certain messages through your pineal gland, where your source is connecting to, and we're not paying attention to it. They're just dreams to us, but back then they meant something. Every dream meant something, bro. It's important. Like you were mentioning your ears. You barely opened up your portal, right? This right
Oh
here.
no, I opened up as they were as big as yours. After I was
Oh,
done
okay.
with my ceremony, I let them
Right,
go. But the beautiful thing, people are like, oh, uh, they were telling me like, well, why would you do that when you know that they're gonna be like this forever? I was like, I did that on purpose so that other
right,
people can know that like
right,
when you see this, somebody else might think I'm a chipster or a hipster because those motherfuckers don't
right,
know. But the real Mexica will see that, oh, that fool went through something. He knows what's up, or maybe not. But also, it's something that I have to look at myself every day. Just like my hair, for me, my hair, I used to be pelon, but I grow my hair to honor my God, my creator,
right.
my roots.
Your Piochi,
And,
right?
and yeah, and it roots me. It brings me back to myself. And
So
this
you
is, keep going.
no, go for it, bro. My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, no. I was just gonna say that once I felt like I was done with my ceremony, I was able to take those off. But but the ceremony stays with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does, bro. And the stretching of our ears, came with the dream vision that we got. Our first dream vision, bro. That's when our ears were first open. With every dream vision that we got and prophecy that was fulfilled, our ears would be stretched more and more. But we lost our way. People don't even know. And like the pyramids, bro. Our pyramids. People, oh, how did they build these blocks and stuff like that? They use the electrical frequency to levitate these rocks, bro, of granite and whatever they put. But we're not taught those things, bro. We're not taught those things because we're indoctrinated. They don't want us to know that we're chosen. Mashika literally means the blessed people, the chosen ones.
Yeah,
They
people
don't
of the
want that.
land.
Our people are calling each other Aztecs. That's not our name. Our name isn't Azteca. That's a person that keeps numbers. Those are names that were given to us by our colonizers. Or the biggest thing that I hate, bro, is when they say, "Oh, we're a raped people," or "We're a raped nation." No, we're not a rape people. The conquistadors didn't rape every single woman, bro. That when they came off that boat, they didn't rape every woman. Yes, there's a certain percentage of people that might be Spaniards, but the majority of our people are still Mexican. They're still indigenous, bro. We still have that pure bloodline, So I mean, people just need to stop being distracted, bro. That's what I think. Everybody's distracted with the football games by who's fighting and all this other stuff that the world is distracting them to, and they don't sit their asses still, bro, and educate themselves and realize that this is important, bro, because prophecy is still being fulfilled. Prophecy right now,
Hell yeah.
you're a part of this prophecy. I'm a part of this prophecy, and we might be the only ones speaking about this tonight. You know what I mean? But where's the rest of the millions of our gente that should be talking about this? Who's gonna wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, mijo, come here, tell me your dream. Tell me what your dream was." And who's gonna take that to the medicine man or the high priest and ask them to break down that dream and tell us what it means? We're just stuck in our own ignorance, bro. And we're just holding on to our grandma's old stories that she used to tell us and stuff. You know what I mean? The story of the
Yeah.
kukui or the story of the bruja or whatever whatever the hell. You know what I mean? But we need to
Yeah,
educate
La
ourselves.
Llorona.
Yeah, the Llorona, all that.
That one had me fucked up when I was a kid, though. That
Yeah.
shit, she got me on that one. But
Yo.
that's the thing. I don't really feel our culture, and I think it's because of the Catholicism and the colonization of a culture of fear. I'm gonna make you
Mhm.
fear your body. I'm gonna make you fear your other things. They made us fear our bodies. Like, luckily, I grew up in a family that they didn't make me fear my body, bro. So I don't have this second sexual repression that a lot of our raza have. And that's a real big thing that I think our people have. And I think because that's repressed, it becomes perverted, and perversions happen because these fucking systems, colonized systems, put unnaturally put on us for generations. And why do you think we're full of all this confusion and distraction? Because we've been dealing with it for a long time. But when you're in that sweat lodge, when you're in that fire, when you turn off the lights and just listen to the drum, or whenever you have a fucking moment, when you look at your culture, when you see a pyramid, it's like, I don't know. I just remember looking at the pyramids in Mexico and feeling right at home, bro. Right at home. Like I was home. I just felt comfortable. I don't know explain it, at peace. And
Yeah.
that shit is stronger than any fucking TikToker fucking baloney shit, and I truly believe I don't know how we're gonna do it, homie, because there's been a lot of Mexica movement type things, but they don't catch on. And I truly believe it's gonna take homies, like you. I don't consider myself as much. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself now because I was joking about that I never went to prison, and because of that, I kind of don't feel like that I'm an official like homie, But on the other end of that, I grew up in the '90s, and I did everything that every single homeboy of mine did, and I never walked away from a fade. Not that it matters, but I guess it does matter to me. Well, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I never walked away from a fade. I never snitched on my people. I never talked to the police about my community. You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm still proud to be from my neighborhood, but I also am a revolutionary, bro, and I believe that my revolutionary stance, like, I can't stop, won't stop. You know when they used to say that? well, this shit is for real. Because once you have your culture, they talk about putting a battery pack, homie. I got the
Yep.
fucking battery. I got the battery pack right there. I'm connected. You know, and I'm
Yep.
in. You know, and I,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to bring our people in without feeling preachy. And I'm trying to figure out how do we do that without, they're like, come on, fool, stop preaching.
Well, it's just that, when you find something out, bro, you find a truth, and in your spirit, homie, your blood, that's back. You want to help everybody, homie. But the thing is that you gotta realize that it's not for everybody, bro. It's not for
Yeah,
everybody. And when you realize that, the people that are gonna cling to you or gravitate towards your energy, bro, those are the people that are meant to be, bro. And your destiny is gonna manifest itself regardless, homie, and you'll be fulfilled at the end, bro. It's not the destination that you're focused on, but the progress that you're making in between, those memories that you're making in between, all those people that are coming into your life and you're learning from, bro, that's the blessing. That's
yeah,
the blessing, bro. All that, this conversation, that's the blessing, bro. This is it right here. Because we know our truth. We know what we're supposed to be doing. We already know our destination, so don't trip. It's there. It's gonna be there, bro. Just treasure this right here. And
yeah,
tomorrow it's going to be another one, another conversation with somebody else that's going to bring medicine, and you're going to give medicine too. And your energy field is going to grow bigger and bigger, homie. So people, you're gonna be your name will live on in that sense. You know what I mean? You ask somebody today, hey, when you pass away, what are you going to be remembered for? People don't have no answer. They don't know. You're gonna ask a girl that does nails, say, "Oh, I want to be remembered for my nails, or I want to be remembered for doing makeup, or whatever the hell." Who you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for? For having this podcast or for touching people? People are gonna remember Pocho, the Pocho show, or whatever, because he said something on this date at this time that touched me, homie, and I'm gonna hold that dear to my life forever, like that homeboy gave you that charcoal, and you hold that dear to your life, and that meant something to you. That's special, homie. That's special right there. And you know that. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, he gave it to me in Oxnard where I was born, bro. I was born in the South, even though I was raised in the Bay. I was born in Santa Paula, but I lived in
Mm-hmm.
Oxnard. We were just, my mom was speaking for the people in El Salvador, and her water
Mm-hmm.
broke, and she named me for Salvador after the people. So I
That's
was in,
dope.
I've been listening to my mother speak to her people, because my mom's a well, pretty. I mean, she don't give a fuck about all that well-known stuff, but she's out here doing what she does, bro. But a lot of times she wasn't always there for me because she's out there. I don't know if you had like a homie that had like a community, like her mom was kind of like the one that helped people in the community, but she was always out being ghetto herself, kind of like out, not at home. And so, I had to deal with that. But like, yeah, when you're saying about like right now, this all I believe like all the work I did, so that I could have this conversation, so that I can have other conversations, so that there might have been on the IG a couple homies that never met somebody like from up north, and like, damn, that's what marvelous is, and talking to, and I hate even bringing up because I hate to put myself in a box because that's barely even me, but for educational purposes, for to bring to show visual symbolism that two
Mm-hmm.
homies can come together and talk about our beautiful culture, I think
Yeah.
that's powerful. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
what up, American Cholo? Much love. Thank you for stopping by, bro.
What's
Means a
up,
lot.
Gil?
Yeah, fucking Gil, man, stopping by the humble podcast. I'm just starting, bro, but you were one of my main inspirations, and I did ask for your blessing, and I appreciate you. Everybody, go follow American Cholo. He already has a gang of followers, but hey, the 4 or 5 I can give you, bro, go for it. um, how has it been? This is the other question I have for you as a homie. Look, I started going at a homeboy industry. I started going in therapy, and and therapy is a taboo. Even on our side, you're not supposed to go to therapy. Um, I like therapy. There are some Western medicines that I do enjoy. I like to talk to another human being about myself and get some professional point of view. Of
Yeah.
course, I have to watch out because a lot of times if they're white, it's not against them, it's not even their fault, I mean, because they're generations away from the actual people, but they still have that white privilege and they don't even know how they can hurt you sometimes. So I try to go to a class therapist, but Have you ever thought you personally on being some like a cultural therapist? I know
Um,
it might
I,
sound funny, but the shit is real
to be
though.
honest with you, bro, like I talked about this the other day. When I do tattoos, homie, so many people
Oh
come to
hell
me
yeah!
with stories, and I'm putting a story on them, and it ends up being like a counseling session, bro. To be honest with you,
Oh
but you gotta learn, like, there's gonna be a point in time where they're gonna leave my studio, and I'm gonna stay with all that baggage they left with me, bro. So that's the part that you gotta really, like, you gotta not let consume you. You know what I mean? Because you could hear so much heartache, but if you carry that, bro, it becomes a part of you too. So you gotta learn just to, like, not take everything so personal, I guess, or trying to help them. Like, they could come with you with a sad story or something that they're going through, and you might want to help them, but you got to remember that that's their path, bro. that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's their destiny, you know what I mean? And you can't, there's nothing that you can do that can mess with that, you know what I mean? They're gonna have
yeah.
to experience that to have their growth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've actually learned to kind of like because I take from everything. I like some Christian stuff. I like some Buddhist stuff. I got my little peloncito right here chilling. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
like to be like water. You know, water is very powerful, but it's also like and to not to reattach we attach our thoughts to these ideas and then we
yeah,
start fucking moving on them. I
yeah,
started attaching myself to being a northerner and then I started moving I started attaching to this, attached to that. So now I'm trying to detach to things. Some of people like social justicey people that I can't stand sometimes, even though I'm one of them, but like be like, why do you interview all those little vatos that are talking about killing women and or killing people and fucking bitches? And it's because, bro, I'm like, bro, I understand them. I see them for what it is, and I'm
yep,
trying to, and I want to, like when you're saying about them going on their journey, I
yep,
just think an hour with me, a half an hour with me, telling that little young man, I see you, bro. And despite all this shit you're saying, I see the real you and I want to have a conversation with you so that everybody else can see the real you too. And then they're going to go up because people are going to see. Because I don't know if you ever met some fools that look all tough and then you meet them and they're not to say that they're levas, but they're just nice guys and they're
yeah,
just being tough online. They're actually super respectful, nice dudes, and so that's what I'm trying to do with this podcast, with this conversation is to have real conversations. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, Moving forward, I was going to ask you a little bit about specifically tattoos, and because for me they're extreme. My tattoo artist will tell you that they're my therapist almost, because
yeah,
I do talk to them, but we have this connection where they're ready to take on my baggage, and I'm ready to take theirs on because they tell me their problems too, and I give them guidance because we're friends also. Um, and so I wanted to know about the tattooing. You said you got it from your family?
mm.
Who taught you how to tattoo?
My uncle Pájaro Meloyo, he's from Meloyo, Maravilla. He taught me how to,
Oh,
and it was pig tattooing. It wasn't like,
like
it was all dots, bro. That I used to, yeah. That's how I
like with
learned
the
them.
like the homies that you can tell they had it in prison because it's like
A homemade gun, bro. Guitar string and
yeah.
and a Walkman when we had cassette players, bro.
Hey, I got my first tattoos with the Bic. It was a Bic
Yeah,
pen that they took out, and I
yeah,
got my shit like on it.
yeah, bro.
do
My
you do you
stomach,
remember
my
your first
stomach was,
tattoo?
my stomach was picked, bro. 92, homie.
Oh God. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
I got
bro.
Pocho,
So
but I don't got but I got it. I didn't get it picked. Fuck. How long did that take?
a long time, bro. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh hell no! That shit, each letter is a fucking tattoo, bro. That shit fucking
Yeah.
fucked me up. I
Hmm.
mean, it fucked me up. It's once it starts going numb, I'm good. But that's why I don't even like taking breaks that much, bro. Because then your skin like goes to sleep, and you gotta wake it back up, and it's like ah. But do you remember your first tattoo that you did?
Oh yeah, it was on a girl, bro. I knew how to make a machine, but I never did a tattoo before. And I told her, I had lied to her, bro, and I told her that I could tattoo, and she let me do a tattoo on her, and it was writing, but I thought I did a pretty good job, and she liked it too. So after that, she brought like her friends, and then I started practicing on homeboys and homeboys. Back then it's like it was, it was like, oh, you know how to put the ink in the skin. It's not so much as you're a bad artist or anything. If you could put these letters on me, like just fucking do it. It wasn't like we couldn't go to a tattoo studio back then. It was just the closest homeboy or your somebody's uncle that did tattoos, and hey, come to my pad and we'll go to my uncle. He'll tattoo up, or my cousin will tattoo up. Those are our stories. Yeah, but nowadays it saddens me, bro, that so many people can go into a fucking shop, homie, and get this cultura on them. It's still a rite of passage, bro. It still has a deep meaning, and
Yep.
it I don't know, homie. I mean, everybody has their own perspective, but I still feel you gotta earn this shit, bro. If I had
Yep.
to do certain shit, or somebody has to do certain shit to get or earn this, homie, it's a big disrespect to everybody that made our name, homie. That really held it down, bro, in battle, like. And you're just gonna go because you got the money to pay for something. They're gonna put it on you? Hell no, no way, bro. So I mean, that's just what I believe. You know what I mean? I think people should do a lot more
Yeah.
research, or at least study.
Yeah, man. I mean, like for me, like people are like, why don't you get more or you get your other like more? I'm like, bro, like my life hasn't finished. Like I'm still growing. I get tattoos when I have to have them. They're not. It's almost like right now, I know within a year that a tattoo we're talking about, it's probably gonna come to me. I feel like I need one more vision kind of thing to confirm. I usually get a vision, then I get a confirming vision that confirms the one before. And the problem with my vision, or me seeing or being open like this, is that I'm not patient. I wanted to ask you about patience in your work, in your personal work with yourself, because I think sometimes we're harder on ourselves because we want more, or maybe you're not, but I am, because I want to be better for my people. I want to be like a samurai, I want to learn. So I'm trying, like, I'm losing weight now. I'm trying to, like, I'm really like, because the thing about it is you start to like synergize, you start to like get on a vibe. And I just wanted to know, like, how do when you when no YouTube, no Instagram, how do you deal with maybe setbacks or just kind of following your prophecy? Because even like Jesus Christ, I think Jesus Christ, no disrespect to anybody else, I don't necessarily see him as like, I think we're all son of God. I believe that he was a prophet. I believe he was a very special human being.
Uh,
Um, but I believe we all have that in us. And I just want to know, when you're by yourself, when nobody's looking, how do you kind of critique yourself to get better, or do you, or like, I guess I'm trying to get to, like, what's your internal personal process, like, for a homeboy that sees both of us and like, damn, these fools are tatted, they got hair, they got it all going on. What about me? I'm just a paisa or something, but I want to connect to my culture. Like, how do you start connecting? How did you start connecting, really connecting, though, not just like, oh, that's a cool Aztec picture, but
liter-
truly walking your prophecy.
Literally, like, okay, I'm gonna put it like this without you're gonna know what I'm talking about right now when I'm gonna say this, right? So we'll just say somebody wants to know something about either a vision or a tattoo they got, and they want to ask me about what this means. What do they think it mean? What do I think it means? And how does it pertain to them in their life, right? So I'm gonna put it like that. I can't give them a direct answer at that time, like right then and there. When you don't have the patience for an answer, bro, I can't sit there and give the person that immediate answer of, hey, this means that, and this is what it's supposed to do, and this is what you're supposed to do. Me, as a person on knowing prophecy and stuff, I literally have to pray on it, bro, until it comes to me, and because that's a gift, bro, and it's not only a gift that I'm gonna receive, but that's your gift, bro. That whatever I'm gonna give that person, it's like it has to be something that's meant for them to hear. You know what I mean? Because you could really mess up a person's journey by giving them the wrong answer. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that. If I never receive the answer, then it's probably something that I'm not supposed to give you, or it's not something
Yep.
that you're supposed to hear from me. You might hear it from somebody else, and you will hear it, but it might not be from me because my frequency isn't at that level yet. But but more than likely you will hear it. I will tell the person or whatever. So I say it like that. Everything comes with patience, like you said, bro. How do I have the patience? It's that everything is supposed to happen at a certain time when it's supposed to happen. It's divine order, bro. Anything out of that divine order or interruption of that will be chaotic. It'll be chaos, bro, and all the cards will fall, and you will
Do you
you'll
ever
lose
fall
yourself.
off?
Yeah, you'll lose yourself, bro. Like, I mean, it's just something that I
Did
live
you
by.
ever fall off?
Yeah,
You fall off?
yeah,
I
like,
mean, do you feel like sometimes I fall off and I'll like I got in a disagreement and I pump fear into somebody, bro, and it hurt me, but
mhm,
they don't know that. They still don't know that, but I got hurt by it because I used to love to pump fear in motherfuckers, bro, and now it hurts me when I do, but they have no
yeah.
idea, and I'm struggling with that right now because I just kind of I don't know. I pump fear into somebody that I don't want to pump fear into nobody, dog. I'm cool off that. It don't serve me. So I want to know. You don't gotta say a specific example like that, but how do you deal with setbacks in your spiritual walk?
So I'm gonna give you an example, right? And this is very personal, but I'm gonna share it with you, bro, because it means something to me, bro. And I feel like I
Okay.
should say this. So I got 8 kids, right? I got 5 boys and 3 girls, 3 baby girls, right? And my boys, I tell them, they might look at me a certain way or see these tattoos and depict me to be a certain type of person, right? But the way I conduct myself in today's age, I'll say today's age is very crucial, bro, because the shit that I did when I was younger was really ignorant. It was really on a lower frequency level, and it really affected a lot of people. And I know that that energy is gonna come back to me, bro. It
Hmm.
will come back to me. Whatever you put out will go back to you. So, and it's not necessarily to me, homie, but it'll come back to my bloodline, to one of my kids. So in order to protect them from that karma, I gotta change my ways. Because if I differentiate from any way, path, or form, that karma will come. If it doesn't come to me, it's gonna come to me through them. It'll hit them, bro. Because through it, like reincarnation, it'll go through your seed, bro. You see some people, you know, born with one eye, or some people born with like have you ever heard this story, bro? A birthmark, like our grandmas used to tell us over here, like a birthmark. Don't pick your mole, or don't cut your mole off, or whatever. You'll bleed to death. That's where you died before. Have you ever heard that?
Yes, I have, for
Yeah,
sure.
bro. So that's something that's like, I feel and believe that that's true, bro. The people that have disabilities, that were born with those disabilities, it's because their bloodline did some shit back in the days, in their age or whatever, and now it's come back. It's come full circle, bro. Because it'll always find itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, well, that person didn't deserve that thing that happened to them, or that child didn't deserve that thing that happened to them." And with all respect, it did. It did. Somewhere in that person's bloodline, they messed up, bro. And by them not keeping the laws of the land, or the laws of God, or whatever they believe in, that karma will affect them, bro. So how I move through life is very strategic, homie. I gotta really watch my P's and Q's. I gotta watch everything that I do, bro, because that karma, that whatever I've done, it's gonna come back to me, bro. And I do not want my kids being. I don't want them getting hurt, bro. Let's put it like that. You know?
Yeah, and they say what we do now, supposedly, the next 7 generations, it's happening right now. So,
Damn, you
yeah, I
said it.
mean,
Perfect. Perfect.
yeah, bro, and I mean, and that's the thing for me is you know, I also want to. I feel like I have this feeling that my ancestors were righteous people, bro, and my family, to be honest. Some of us joined it, but like I never grew up around men beating the women in my family. I never grew up around men cheating. They're all my mom's the only one daughter and all 5 brothers. So I was raised by all these very masculine men, but they never cheated. They were honorable, and I they never called women bitches, barely all these different things. And then I look at myself, and I twisted myself up in the streets, in the 90s, and now it's this journey of untwisting, and it's
Yeah.
painful, and the fucked up part about it is only 10 to 21 because I was in LA already, but I would come back and do weird shit, bro, like to prove myself. I was
Yeah.
somebody from my neighborhood that nobody had to pressure. I had a chip on my shoulder, so I was like a fanatic, and flamed up, looking to die. Looking to just I don't know. And somehow I'm here. And I never went to jail, really. I mean, a little bit, but not enough to really. Never, never been shot. Never been shot at. And I grew up in a very violent time, and I believe that my ancestors did something right, and that I was fucking gonna fuck up my lineage. And I'm not saying that I know all this. I'm saying right now, as we're talking, that it's coming out right now. I'm not saying that I,
Yeah.
I don't have this all, but I believe that when you're speaking about it, it was starting to come up in my mind like that. My lineage is honorable, and I need to keep that honorable lineage going, bro,
Yeah.
because I wasn't born. I was born really healthy overall. I haven't had any mental health issues, thank the Lord. But I feel like our generation, not our generation, like this generation is coming up, especially because now they don't got culture or respect. Like at least in the '90s, I don't know, there was a lot of respect going on, even if it's kind of this street respect, but it was
Yeah.
across all lines.
Yeah.
Um, we were talking on IG, you know, I believe art, I believe music, I believe some of these things can bring us together. Do you believe that? How do you see the next 20 years for our people? What do you think it's going to be? Are we going to become part of everybody else, or are we going to go closer to our culture, or do you think we're going to fall back and become Latinx, whatever the fuck, Hispanic bullshit?
Right. Right now, we're being forced into this. And it's happened over. I would say it happens like in generations of 10-year periods, bro, where we're being pushed into this, and like we'll just say the late 90s, bro. We got pushed into this hyper masculinity where everybody just has to prove themselves of how they're a man or how they're a
Yeah,
warrior in some type of way or something without being schooled on how to be a warrior. We're just being pushed into battle, bro. I was 10 years old when I got into my barrio, and I was just pushed into battle. I was pushed into a battle that was before me, homie. It was
yeah.
before me. You know what I mean? And I had to be schooled right away on what this stemmed from, what the conflict was over, who am I fighting, without my enemies knowing anything about the battle either. You know what I mean? They don't know why they're fighting me. They just heard something about my barrio that they don't like, and now they're just dissing my neighborhood. And it's like, find out what this stands for, bro. This might be a personal thing. It might be a battle over a hyena. It might be a battle over some shoes. It might be a personal issue of some other person trying to prove
I know what
himself
you
to
mean by
be a
that.
man. And it's got nothing to do with me and you. We're the same people, homie. You just migrated a little bit northern than I stayed. You know what I mean? But you're my people. You're my blood, homie. We're the same, eating the same beans, the same elotes, eating the same raspados, getting yelled at, chanclas
Uh,
thrown at us, bullets shot at us, throwing up same barrio signs, having that same pride and hate and love for our people, homie. You know what I mean? We got the same feelings, dog. And if we get that energy and we put it together, and I realize that, damn, homie, there's while we're fighting each other, there's somebody else that's up there killing us too. You know what I mean? If we were both to just stop fighting each other and take a look at the bigger person that's killing both of us while we're killing each other, then we could stand together and fight together, and we could protect each other. Now we know who the real enemy is. It ain't you. It ain't over a color blue or red. It ain't over that you're darker or lighter than I am. It's a strategic battle, homie, and we need to wake up. We need to wake up, dog. We're killing each other, and we're eating food that has poison in it. You know, we're
yeah.
we're we're getting busted, and they're changing the laws, which we don't know about. We're educating ourselves on gangs or whatever on these battles, but we're not educating ourselves on law or how to protect ourselves. Ain't no homies know the law books. Ain't nobody want to sit down and study law. Nobody wants to sit down and study cultura. Nobody wants to sit down and study law or health until they get busted. Until they're in the hole in the back where nobody can talk to them. Now they want to order that book. Now they want to read something. Now they know everything about cultura and they know how to speak Nahua. And now they're so respectful now But why couldn't you do that when you were out here? Why couldn't you do that when your mom was telling you, hey, mijo, come here. Let me pray for you. Hey, mijo, come here. Help me sort out these beans on the table. Hey, mijo, come over here and help me cut the lawn. Why weren't we that respectful person then? Because we're being pushed into this hyper masculinity that has been strategically placed, homie. They put liquor stores on every corner for a reason, bro. They use gentrification and raise prices of our living and for certain reasons, homie. There's a reason why they let women go into Section 8 and they don't let the fathers live in the household with the
Talk
kids.
about
There's
it.
a there's a reason for that, bro. It's to demasculine how do you say that word? Demasculinize our men, bro, and feminize them. You know, how many? No disrespect to the gay community or whatever, but how many gays were there when we were growing up? Not a lot. And before that, how many before that? Now it's everywhere, bro, everywhere. And it's okay. It's all in your face. It's being pushed through music, through everything, bro. It's
And if you
strategically.
say anything, you're the fucking
You're
worst
bad.
person on
Yeah,
this
you're
earth,
bad. You're
dog.
bashing all this and that, and it's not. We're just stating
Shout out to
facts.
Dave Chappelle. Uh,
We're just stating facts, bro, what it is. You know what I mean? When you start to speak on some sort of truth, look at conspiracies, bro. People talk about conspiracies all the time. They're like, oh, well, that's just a conspiracy. Okay, well, 90% of conspiracies are proven to be fact. They're proven to be fact. So where does the word conspiracy come from? Well, it was a word made up by the CIA to kind of push people away from finding the narrative of why they killed JFK. Like, who made up that word? Like, why is everybody using it without knowing the definition? People using words today and they don't even know the definition, bro. They don't know. Everybody's saying they're woke and oh, I know this and I know that, but they don't know anything about anything. They don't know about our cultura, but they want to say they're indigenous. They don't speak Nahuatl, but yet they're calling me a Pocho because they speak Spanish. They don't even speak our native tongue. I don't. Spanish isn't our native tongue unless your mother or your grandmother and grandmother was raped by a Spaniard. Okay, then you might be, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm still holding on to this cultura, homeboy, and you are too. And so the little percentage of us that are holding on to it, and the people that are gravitating towards us, harness them, homie, hold them tight, dog, because we're going on for a big roller coaster ride, and we're preparing ourselves for battle, bro. Because that's
oh,
another prophecy.
speak on that.
Yeah, bro. So there's the second deluge that's gonna happen, and these certain tribes that are our enemies, bro. They will win the battle on Earth right here. They will overcome us or whatever. But there will be a certain group of us of the chosen that will make it, bro. We're preparing ourselves for battle, and it's not meaning physically, but spiritually and mentally, bro. On really knowing who you are, what prayers you're supposed to do. You've already started your path on the sweat lodges and doing and waking yourself up and detoxifying your body and your spirit from these impurities, and that's good. That's what we got to do. If we don't do that, our light dims, bro. We're not protected by source. We're not protected by creator. We're not protected by God. Your light dims, bro, because you are an energy field. You're vibrating, homie. You're magnifying all that energy that you get and harness from other people. That shit grows brighter and brighter, bro, and you grow brighter, and that's how you're able to be seen. Other than that, when you toxify your body or you get bad energy from other people, your light dims, homie. Your
Yeah.
protection cease to exist until you succumb to your own demise, and the earth swallows you up again, and you become dirt again. You know. So we gotta wake up, bro.
All right. Oh shit. So I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. But I'm doing my best. But hey, check it out though. So the most dangerous time I talk to homies is the time when you got one foot in, one foot out, right? It's like kind of that time. For me, it was a weird time, bro, because I was in Santa Monica College, living in Santa Monica. When I moved to Santa Monica, thinking I was gonna go be on a bunch of cabachos, fucking, I was on 20th Street, 3 streets down there, 17th Street boys. I'm like, God damn, you can't go anywhere in LA without some shit. But it's funny, but when like I would go back and like jump fools in and put in work while I'm in college, and but my heart wasn't into it because I was also having experiences in Los Angeles that somebody from where I'm from just doesn't really have. And so, you know, I always talk to the homies like, bro, you gotta make a decision and like walk your decision for real, homie. I wanted to ask you about that. If you did have not, I call it a half stepper time, but that was just because I felt like I was half stepping. But did you, I don't know if you had that period, and how did you catch on to make the shift? Was it overnight? Did it take time? How was your process of becoming who you are today?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you, bro. I haven't made it out that yet. I haven't made it out there yet, bro. I still deal with a lot of my pride, homie, and a lot of things that comes with being disrespectful. If I feel there's disrespectful towards me in a certain way, or if, say, for instance, if I bring you into my home, if I bring you into my home, homie, and somebody disrespects you, and in any way, shape, or form, I'll blow it, bro. I'll blow it, and I shouldn't be that way, but like I get my grandpa raised me like that, homie. Like if you're in my house, I bring you into my home, I break bread with you, bro, and I got you. Your life is literally mine, bro. To kind of not say that you need protection, but I got you, bro. Like I got you,
Right.
homie. If we go somewhere, I got you. Whether you know it or not, and I'm not even supposed to let you know that. I'm not even supposed to
Yeah.
let you know that. But by energy, you should feel that already, homie. That I'm gonna hold you to a high standard. I'm gonna expect you to conduct yourself in a certain manner, and as long as you do that, bro, hey, I got you 100%. You know what I mean? And it should feel the same way. If I go to your pad, I should feel that, man. I shouldn't have to worry about nothing. You don't got to worry about clothes, food, blankets. You don't got to worry about if you need anything. Like, you know what? I mean, back in the days, what's the first thing when you brought homies over? Hey, you want to get some high notes? Like, you don't got to worry about that. Like, you don't. It's just that camaraderie that
Yeah.
as men that we got. I want to kick it with the alpha males, not the gatherers, the ones that are picking cherries and grapes and shit. Like, let's go hunt some
You
shit,
want to fuck
homie.
with the hunters?
Yeah, let's go do
Let's
that
go
shit.
hunt
You
some
know,
shit.
but everybody right here is screaming, "Oh, fuck the cops," or whatever. But who's really out there fucking the cops? Nobody. You know what I mean? Everybody, yeah.
Hey, you ever trip out? A bunch of tough ass motherfuckers, and right when the cops come, they all act like children, running like
Hmm.
little kids, dog. And I was one of them. And the reason I was good at it too, I played sports, but I would jump fences like nothing. And I started thinking like, damn, we're not. My parents are standing up against the police. My uncles are standing up because my uncles are brown berets, and like in a real way, in a way that shows them like, hey, we see you, we see. And I don't think all cops are bad, but the system that created the police are
Right.
definitely bad because they've been holding us for a long time in different generations, different kinds of
Yep.
cops.
Yep.
They've always been there.
Yep.
But my question has to do with, and I have that too, but I'm talking about like the actual gang criminal part of you that
Oh,
was totally contradicting this life. There must have been a time when you were still kind of in that element, but you were starting to see, or I don't know, you were starting to have these visions, or I wanted to
yeah.
know about that part because the reason I say that is because I want if a homie watches this and he's kind of questioning himself, his life, he's having reflections, and he sees us talking about this, kind of like for me, I started listening. I don't know, something was opening, and I started catching things, and they started affecting me. I wanted
Yeah.
to know about that part when you were still what you I don't even know
Yeah.
criminal, but
No, I know what
still
you're
very,
talking about.
very active. Okay, my bad. I just didn't
So,
want to put terms on you.
yeah. So for those, like, I mean, homies that are gangbanging, then I mean, the thing that homies need to realize, and this is what I had to realize too, bro. When you're, I mean, fighting with your enemy or your so-called enemy, homie, and or you're blasting at that person, it it's because you're dealing with trauma and shit within yourself, bro. I mean, there's a lot of shit you got. Like I say, you got to go to the root of the issue, bro, of why I don't get along with that person. A person could have they could say they have a valid reason. Oh, well, that person shot at my primo, or they killed my family member, or they shot me even, or whatever, so I'm retaliating. That retaliation never stops. Retaliation is a it's a never ending thing, bro. So it's something that's never gonna fucking. It, I mean, even after you're gone and your demise, you might live to be an old man or whatever, but that retaliation is gonna live on through your kids. It's gonna live on through your primos, through your primas, and whatever, because they're always gonna have like, look at our battles in our barrios, homie. You got into a neighborhood, and did you know every battle where it stemmed from with every other neighborhood that you were fighting, including Sureños? I mean, no, we none of us knew every single thing. But if you break down every single battle, you're probably fighting a battle, or we're probably killing each other over somebody that slept with somebody else's hyena. I mean, reality. So I mean, the way I stopped, bro, is our the way I kind of woke myself up was digging deep into prophecy, bro, and our cultura, and knowing that there's a bigger reason why we're here, and I want to be a part of that. If you don't
But
want to
how
be
do
a
you
part
know
of that,
that?
huh?
But how
Huh?
did you come to that? How did you even come to that conclusion? Because most homies won't even that shit won't even pop off in their brain. Like, how did you even get
It
that
just
going?
and I can't even say that everybody can wait. For those with ears to hear and eyes to see right now, they're gonna hear this message. But for the majority of people that maybe we feel this needs to go to, it might not reach them, homie. Like it might not. Like I said, our conversation is gonna reach who it has to reach through the source, through creator. It's gonna go to who it's supposed to go to. So no matter how our feelings are, me and you, on wanting to reach all the raza or a majority of them, the majority of our raza reality are gonna perish, bro. They're gonna perish. And about 5 to 10% of us, the real ones, are gonna survive, bro. We're the ones that are gonna wake up. Like it's reality. Not all of us are gonna wake up, you know. And so this message on how they either have to be contacted through a person that's spreading knowledge, or hear about it, or be one of the chosen where they receive that message themselves, you know. So the only thing that I could say is it has a lot to do with us coming together and like essentially praying together as a people, and holding
Right.
our which call it, so our energy gravitates bigger. You know what I mean? So wherever we go, when you walk into a grocery store or whatever, and there's another vato, looking at you, he feels your energy and he'll go talk to you. Like I'm sure there's people that go to, or maybe you met somebody and they say, "Man, your energy's different," or they know they feel something about you, or maybe you get messages, in your inbox, and they're like, "Man, Pocho, man, dog, I felt what you were saying. Not that I heard what you were saying, but I felt what you were saying. I feel it." And
Fuck.
that's who that
That
message is
part.
for, bro. Not the ones that are just hearing and seeing, but they feel it inside their spirit, homie,
You
because they
feel
must
me
feel
though.
like, that's us too.
Oh.
So it's just it took for me that to and also be called out, bro. I got called out by somebody, an older gentleman, when I was in my 20s or my early 20s, bro, like 21 or whatever, and we were having a conversation amongst homeboys, and he didn't try to belittle me, but what he told me was, when we were talking about a lot of things about cultura, we talked about everything. A lot of homeboys were in this conversation, and he challenged me, bro, and he said to prove him wrong. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I got you. I'm going to prove you wrong. And me being against the grain, like, always, bro,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to destroy this battle. Like, I'm gonna prove him wrong. And when I actually studied, I had to accept that I was ignorant, bro. I was the ignorant one. I didn't know shit. I thought I knew a lot, but that was just my, my hardcore masculinity, bro. That was me wanting to be a warrior without actually picking up a spear, without actually, doing anything that our real ancestors did. How many homeboys are walking around with cultura tattoos, but how many homeboys have really gone to the forest and go hunt some animals to live and survive? How many people have eaten real plants from the forest and stayed there overnight for weeks upon time? Nobody. Who's done it? Maybe people go camping, but did our people go camping? Hell nah. No, we didn't. We lived in those trees, bro. We drank from those trees. We ate from those trees. We dug for water. We did certain ceremonial practices, bro. We did certain prayers and sacrifices, bro. That's how we became a powerful people. That's how we made moves as a whole. A big fist of people, not one ant. We took the whole our whole ant colony, bro, and moved mountains, homie. And that's what we need to
Oh,
do. We need to do that again. We need to show these other people how powerful we are. Not only right here, but right here.
hell yeah, bro. We gotta keep this conversation going, dog. I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Especially because I'm up here and you're down there. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can build from this shit, from this
For
stuff. I'm trying to
sure.
learn. I'm working on my cussing too. I feel like I don't like cussing as much. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
something about it. It just like I'm starting. It's funny how you start to kind of grow up. Like I recently gave up a really nice Challenger sports car for a hybrid, homie, and I feel great about it, bro. I
Wow.
feel fucking great. Today I was in San Francisco and I kind of live like 45 minutes outside of the city, but it would take somebody in traffic. It could take. It's like living in Pomona to LA or something. In traffic, that motherfucker could take all day. But if there's no traffic, you'll probably get to from Pomona to in LA 45 minutes or something. But
Right.
this time, I got to go in the what is it? The fucking the lane, the traffic lane. The fuck.
Mhm.
What, I forgot the name of it. But hybrids get to go in that lane now. The lane that you're supposed to have another person in there,
Right.
and I don't pay for gas. I was paying over $300 for gas a month, and now my payment is less than how much I paid for gas. So, and I'm making all these, and I feel great about it, homie. I was in that car, and I would be like looking for food almost sometimes. I would be like, I don't know, it was all flamed up, it was red and
Yeah.
black, and it was
It's
like,
that
who the
energy,
fuck are
bro.
like, and I was
It's
like,
that.
what are you trying to prove? Again, one of my best friends told me, bro, you're part of us. You don't have to prove yourself no more. What are you doing? He was telling me that I'm still have a chip on my shoulder.
Mhm.
You always have something to say that you're not a part of it. You didn't go to prison. You left like none of my homeboys ever say I left them. And I always say I left my homeboys and I felt bad for it, but I wasn't willing to do what they were going. I wasn't willing to go to prison, bro. I went to
Mhm.
jail and I knew that that wasn't made for us. It was unnatural, and I wasn't willing to
Mhm.
go. And so, moving forward, my bad, I'm moving all over the place, but I get inspired by this shit, bro. It's like I do believe though, bro, is like us reaching out like this, having these conversations that we can really build, and through us showing action like this, I think it can open some doors, bro. Like really, like literally between me and you, and
Yeah.
then people that we fuck with because I watched uh, the ones I really care about, the ones that I saw, and I still waited to hit you up, and then I don't know, something about that funny situation I talked to you about confirmed. Remember, I told you I always wait for the confirmation. And
Right.
my first thing was watching you talk to these people, and also how some of these people looked at you. Not in a bad way, but they looked at you kind of like you were an alien. And it
Right.
wasn't their fault. It's like that they're coming from a place that and I know how that feels, man. It kind of annoys me because I'm over here trying to talk about. I don't know. It keeps getting me when you say they zone out. That shit, bro. I felt that way. It was just a simple word you said, but it's like you could talk about all this other shit, but once you talk about this, they zone out. They want to start talking about other things. So hopefully we can create more media, more conversations, more content.
Yeah.
That is meaningful. And I just
Yeah.
we're kind of coming up on time. I've held you hostage for like almost 2 hours now.
Hey,
So, you know.
anytime, homie. Anytime you want, bro. I'm open. I'm open for it, bro. I'm open. I'm humble. I'm thankful, bro. Like that. We're able to have this, this dialogue right here, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. And it's sometimes whenever I'm talking to somebody from LA, I instantly miss LA and there's just one palm tree. There's no palm trees around my area at all. And for some reason, homeboy, there's a palm tree that right when I open my door, it's right the two houses down. It's like LA's like saying, "Don't trip. It's okay. You need to be with your people right now. I'm here
That's right.
anytime." Because I look at LA almost like a woman. I made love to LA, bro. I took pictures of the streets for so many years, and it
Mm.
means a lot to me. So, you know, people from LA, there's something that I can't explain because you're from LA. You might know it, but you don't know it from my point of view. Looking, even though a lot of people thought
No,
I
I feel the
lived in
same. I
LA.
feel the same way, homie. I feel the same way. Like when I used to live in Fresno, like even though everybody was all flamed up and the bulldogs were around every corner, homie. Like they still, even though they were considered our enemigas, our enemies, or whatever, they were still the same people, homie. Like that, they had the same stories. You know, like they were like, I had to go to a Victory Outreach church, bro, and they would all be right there and there, and I'll be like, man, you hear them talking, it's like, man, and I'm kind of like trying not to laugh, but it's like I went through the same shit. You know what I mean? You want to be standing there all hard and shit, try not to laugh at these dudes cracking jokes about whatever they're going through. But it's like, damn, I remember when my fiat did that shit, homie. Or I remember when I went through that shit. And it's like, man, they're the same fucking, the same. That's our
Yeah.
same people, homie. Like all this manipulation needs to get out of our head, you know?
Well, I'm just grateful for this conversation, bro. I'm grateful that my God and my creator and my elders and my lineage and my ancestors, for some reason, homie, made sure that I survived the 90s, and I'm happy you survived the 90s so that we could be here right now. And
That's
it's just
right.
like, sometimes I trip about it, because more than anything, my family told me we didn't think you were some crazy killer murderer, but we did think that you could be outside at the wrong time, and I just think if we would have lost our lives to that warfare.
Yep.
I always thank God, not just the tragedy that would have put upon my family and my future, but I don't believe it. I don't believe in it, bro, anymore. And to
Yeah.
die for a cause that you don't believe in, I'm ready to die any day for what I believe in now. I'm good with where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even where I'm at, I'm just starting, and I'm just really getting into myself. I'm really remembering who I really am, but I'm okay now. I'm not okay dying for that, and I don't want my homeboys to die for that. I want them to
Yeah.
die. Like I tell the homies, live for your neighborhood, homie. Live for your family. You don't gotta die for the hood. Boy, what's up? When they're always
Yep.
saying I'm ready to die, homie. Like fuck, everybody's ready. We're all gonna die. Why don't you live
Yep.
for a while? But my bad, I just keep going on. But I want to thank you, bro. I want to keep having these conversations.
Yeah.
I do like my growth because I told you I was like when I told you about what I was thinking, I was like, hey, take your time, no rush. Whenever it comes, it comes. Because I
Yeah.
want it to come when it comes. And I do want to keep having that conversation with you, bro. Because I feel like all my ceremonial ink I do with people that know what's up, and so
Yeah.
I just want you to know that even me, I know you know this, but me considering you to tattoo me, is I want you to give you that compliment. You know what I mean? Because
I
I take
appreciate
it
that,
real
bro.
serious
Yeah, for sure.
for sure. But well, I think we should keep having these conversations. I'm gonna talk to you later, man. I might need to come down there and film some shit or something, bro. Because I feel
Yeah, for
like
sure.
these
You stay
conversations
right
are
here,
deep
homie.
and a lot of yeah, I go to LA a lot, and the podcasters that we're around, they're cool. I love them, but they're not having this cultural conversation that we're having, bro. And I think that
Right.
maybe we might need to build something, something bigger. But we'll talk about it later. I just get a feeling. I'm just putting it on wax right now because
Yeah,
we live, but
yeah.
historically saying this. But I feel like if we build something together, something that has to do with media, that we could speak
Yeah.
to our people even more. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
We'll
from the
have
Bay
like a
Area to
we'll have like
LA.
a we'll have like a thing called Toltecs Tuesday or Mashika Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah. That'll be sick,
Serio.
bro. Give it to him in doses, because you put too
Yeah,
much on him.
for real. All right.
All right, brother. Well, have a good night. Do you have any
Hey, you
last
too, homie.
thoughts or shout outs or anything?
No, just I appreciate you, bro, for having me. I'm humbled once again, and you got all my respect, homie. You know, like I'm very glad that I got to be on your show, bro, and just keep doing your thing, and you're gonna reach a lot of people, homie. You know, just keep your frequency vibration at the highest you can, homie, and don't even worry about the negative shit. It's always gonna be there, bro. Just
Yeah,
harness all the good shit that you can, homie, and get that bag, because that's what you're gonna build your mansion with, bro. Your mansion, homie.
come on, for sure.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Have a
All
good
right,
one, dog. And,
everybody.
and much love for
I
everybody that tapped
appreciate
in
you.
and joined in too.
Hell yeah, they're showing love too. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that lovely shit. I'm still new to this shit, but we making it happen. So
All
again,
right.
follow Marvelous. How do you? Is it Marvelous?
Yeah,
It's
Mark.
Marvelous Inc. underscore tattoos. It's gonna be in the description at the Pocho Live Show on Instagram. But we're gonna be doing YouTube now, everybody, because Instagram has become too sensitive, at least on my part. So again,
Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother, and have a good night.
All right, you too, homie.
All right.